Kia ora, hello, welcome to the Saturday night multiplayer. Welcome everyone to the Brazilian map where we're continuing on. So we have finally finished the straw, and I think what we will do is we will sleep through the night and then start on a brand new day. So yeah, once again everyone, you're welcome to join. The only prerequisite is it is crossplay, but you will need the Nexat Pack, the Straw Harvest Pack, and the Plains and Prairies Pack. Let's sleep through and then we'll have some more harvesting to do. Great. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. My Saturday, I spent a bit of time just sort of playing with the Whitcomb Park map, and then looking at some of the new maps that have been released, catching up on those, and yeah, basically completing the straw harvest on this map. But yeah, if we forget about running, we go down to here and visit here. This is black bean and it's still saying growing. Okay, I thought it would be ready to harvest, but maybe not. And we do have one up there that we can harvest though. So that's soybeans. We can harvest our soybeans. Yeah, funny, I thought that would have been ready, but never mind. Okay, let's head back to the farm and I will jump into here. Bud Zoda, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Great to have you along. Hope your Saturday is going well. So yeah, we're on the Brazilian map, and we're just going to start doing some harvesting of some soybeans. Okay, and this is something you don't see me doing too often, driving a John Deere. Let's see if we can turn this around somewhere. Hey, welcome to our new subscriber. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Hope your Saturday is going well. So we are using the Nexat system on this. I thought this map would be quite good for that. Just being sort of a big wide open map that it is. Now I have got crop destruction off, but yeah, I'm still sort of don't like driving on the crop if I don't have to. Hey Pro Gamer, welcome in, thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks Pro Gamer. Just got a bit of a sore throat at the moment, but hopefully it won't come to too much. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Hey Cher, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Definitely a machine made for GPS work. Yeah, you've got to go to work today, Cher. Never mind. Hey, Wasdale Timelapse. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Great to see you again. Hope you had a great Saturday. Mine is just starting and is looking great. Yes, yes, this is a weird machine. It is the Nexat. So one of the packs that Giants released as a paid download, or part of the year 1 season pass if you had that. It is a real life machine. Laura Farms. I don't know if you've watched Laura Farms on YouTube. She had a video where they were trialing it for, I think it might have been cultivating. You can put multiple attachments on it, cultivating, harvesting obviously, weeding, fertilizing, and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's sort of like a versatile machine, and the idea is, well, the theory is it reduces the compaction on the field. Because of it being so wide, you only have the tyre tracks in narrow places on the field instead of all over the field, like you would normally with a tractor running up and down, or a combine running up and down. But yeah, it is a very, very big machine. They can swap modules remote. It's remote, can be remote controlled. So they sort of like have a Xbox controller that they can control it. So they're outside of the cab and can have a better view of it. So third person view is real. But yeah, it is a great machine. Like the cab can be moved left and right. In fact, you can even turn it right round and look where you've been, which is not a good way to plough. I hope we've got enough fuel in this. So yeah, it's a big header on it, and a big, quite a large capacity on the harvester as well. But yeah, definitely not a machine that you could use in like the tight lanes on Whitcomb or anything like that. Definitely needs the wide open roads, something like this map's got. Hey Share, your caterpillars arrive on Tuesday. Awesome. Nice. More butterflies to release. That'll be awesome. So this is set up as a multiplayer map for both consoles and PC, so it is cross-play compatible. The only prerequisites are you will need the paid for DLC, the Nexat Pack. You also need the paid for DLC of the Plains and Prairies pack, and you will need the free DLC of the Straw Harvest pack. But other than that, it is a cross-play map. Oh, getting ladybirds again. That's awesome, Share. Yeah, the larvas, so that you can hatch them out and that, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. For those of you that don't know, she is involved in a program in the UK that releases insects, protects them while they're young, and then releases them into the wild. Because insects actually play an important part in the ecosystem, so yeah, it's great to have people like that doing great work like that. So for a standard size map, this has got some huge fields. Some of the detail, like that threshing machine and all that, that's just, there's a lot of moving parts in that. that all have to be modelled. Got to remember too that this is cross-play, so I don't have the mod that stops the combine as soon as it's full. But I don't have crop destruction on, so if I run over the crop it won't matter too much. It'll just be the pride that's hurt. Definitely drinks through the diesel though. Alright, let's go pick up our chaser bin. Oh, got lost there a little bit. These big tractors are great, but they're not the fastest things around. That's a big pipe. Wrong key. Yeah, so we'll get this field harvested and then we look at doing some mulching. So yeah, definitely some interesting mods come out recently. The mod, the equipment gets damaged if you leave it outside instead of having it undercover. That's a great mod. Definitely be using that in my gameplays. And there was actually another mod for repairing your tractors, where you can stimulate breakdowns and that sort of thing. So I'm not too sure about that one. I did have a quick play with it. But I do think the other mod that I'm using, the advanced damage system, just seemed to be a bit more interactive in doing preventable maintenance rather than just waiting for the machine to break down. I couldn't. Maybe I'm missing some of the vital ingredients in the other mod, but it didn't feel like I was doing regular checks or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I could have got that mod all wrong, and yeah, but I just felt that advanced maintenance system is probably a bit better. It's not on ModHub, it's in GitHub, but it is a brilliant mod. And I might try that advanced shop mod, or realistic shop mod again. I was finding that it wasn't suiting my gameplay much because I couldn't open the shop menu without being at the shop, and the advanced maintenance mod sort of gives you reports and all that available in the shop menu. So having to pull those reports up and having to go to the shop to pull those reports up would have been a bit annoying. But I have found out since that there is a keybind for bringing up the settings page. So there could be settings that might change that so that you don't have to be in the shop in order to use the shop key. I will have to check that one later on. Okay, so not too sure how much crop we'll get off this. Maybe about maybe 60,000 litres. Certainly an extremely big machine, this one. No soybean gets left behind. That header definitely takes a little bit of power. Absolutely stunning map. Map edges are very well done on this map also. A lot of care and attention have been given to the map edge, and really does help with the immersive gameplay when you look out over the distance and see fields instead of a wall of trees. So yeah, he's definitely spent a lot of time on it. Great map for the bigger equipment. Yeah, it is fun to use a Nexat. I first used it, yeah, I was using it when it first came out, of course, on a special map, the Four Fields map by Omatana. But it's great to use it again on another map. Most of my maps are too small to use big machines like this, so it is great. Yep, no worries, Share. Thank you for jumping in. Yep, hopefully I'll be streaming. I'll see how I go. Like I say, I've got a bit of a sore throat at the moment, so see how this one goes, how this stream goes. But yeah, thanks for jumping in. If you haven't hit the like button yet, if you could, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, I hope you have a good day at work. So a lot of those fields in the distance there are fields that you can't actually farm on, but it just looks like it just keeps going on right over to the horizon. It is a really good map. Definitely worth checking out if you are looking for another map to play. Is available on Mod Hub. I do have the link in the description of the video. I'm not too sure when the best time to sell soybeans is, so I can probably guarantee it's not now. Not too sure, Wasdale time lapse. Not too sure. Used to have some regulars come in, but I think they've all got busy, and you know, everyone's got lives, so I just basically put it out there, and if people want to join, more than welcome to. But yeah, I don't actually have anyone planned to come in. And I do wonder if maybe having the Nexat Pack and the Plains and Prairies pack as a requirement, not everyone would have that pack, so it does limit to those that have those packs, unfortunately. But yeah, it would be nice to have some other people in here. On some of my earlier multiplayer live streams, we actually had quite a few people on all at the same time. But like I say, they've all they've got busy. They've all got their own lives, so yeah, they don't make it in like they used to, unfortunately. Yeah, I've been watching quite a bit of Daggerwin and Chainsaw multiplayer stuff. They are a challenge to decide who to follow. Oh, they are. They are. They do a great job, actually. They do a fantastic job. Daggerwin does a fantastic job, and it's well deserved that he got his 1 million subscribers. Definitely a fantastic achievement, especially for the niche that farm sim is in the you know, gaming videos are a niche within YouTube, and farm sim videos are a niche within the gaming video. So to get 1 million subscribers is absolutely fantastic. It's a real achievement. I nearly made it to the end of the road, but not quite. Nowhere near realistic. Yeah, they definitely have their own style. Yeah, although I have to admit, when it comes to forestry, I'm not necessarily realistic either. I did a series on Silver Run, and we did a bit of forestry, and yeah, on stream I'd persevere with the front loader, but what I'd usually do is end up with a great big pile of logs, and then off stream I'd go through with a auto load trailer and auto load all the logs and take them to the mill that way. But because that was a cross-play multiplayer, once again, it was we couldn't have auto load trailers all the time. See you walk. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do sometimes tab, especially if it's a long, long way. But when it's a short across the field, then I just walk. Yeah, yeah. It just, I don't know. I just walk. I don't tab. In fact, on a couple of my gameplays, I've had the tabbing turned off. So if I need to jump to another machine, then I'll actually go into the map and select the machine in the map and jump to it, and basically say that we've Ubered to it. Okay, we're actually going to get more off this than I thought. We've already got 60,000 litres. I thought 60,000 litres for the whole field. So we might actually get maybe just under 100,000 litres then, based on what we've got so far. I don't know if this will work or not. Oh, if it'll tip in here. No, it's just doing the, there we go. It's picked it up at last. So what have we got in the way of crops at the moment? We've got 131,000 litres of canola, waiting for December to sell that. Yeah, 60. Oh, that's not till July. We've got a long time to wait for that one. 133, that's in January. Hey, Ken Adlam, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Been a while since you've graced us with your presence. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a fantastic Saturday. I wonder if we'll get another 1 and a bit loads out of this. We will see, I guess. Ah, thank you so much. That's a true achievement, mate. Well done. Yeah, my 60th isn't too far away either. I've still got a few years to go, but fast approaching. Let's just say I'm closer to 60 than I am to 50. Yes, I hope your birthday's been going well. Have you been able to spend it with people that are special to you? Yeah, you're welcome there, Ken. No problem. Yeah, so we've got a huge field of corn over there. That's going to take a while to harvest. And we've got quite a big field of sugarcane, which will also take a while to harvest. Not a huge field, fortunately, but sugarcane takes a while to harvest. So to give you an idea, you can see where the map edge is. So this field is actually right on the map edge, but it just looks like the fields just keep on going. He's spent so much time doing that. That's definitely a fantastic job on that map edge. Oh, nice. Partner did a special birthday tea roast chicken with all the trimmings. Nice. Yeah, roast chicken is very nice. Yeah, it was Dale time lapse. For the wheat field, we actually created straw pellets with the straw harvest pack. So yeah, we have quite a few thousand litres of straw pellets. So yeah, so if you're not familiar with straw pellets, it's a machine that picks up the straw, chops it into small pieces, and then squeezes it together with molasses and water. And it can be used with animal feed. It can be used as a bedding, and it can also be used as a biofuel. So I went that way instead of baling a whole heap of bales. It's just a bit easier to store a whole heap of pellets, and straw pellets are worth a bit more than hay bales. Oh, BDD Gaming sent a birthday wish. That was so cool of him. Oh, it definitely was. He's an awesome guy. Great streamer too. If no one's checked him out, fantastic guy. He was doing interviews with other streamers, and yeah, they were quite interesting. Streamers and mod creators and that sort of thing. He did a really good job. He had a really relaxed way of asking questions, and yeah, it was always entertaining listening to his to the answers that were being given. Yes, yeah, you do have a special machine for that. I'll do something that we don't normally do. Where is it? There we go. Is that it? No, that's the Steiger. That's it. Okay, so that's the machine there. It's a crone. Looks like a baler with a hopper on the back. And so what it does is it forces the straw to go through a grid mesh, and that creates pellets. So that's what they look like there. So that's a straw pellet pile there. I think it's about a 3-to-1 ratio. So 3 litres of straw will be compacted into 1 litre of pellets. So yeah, it's an efficient way to store things, and you can use it for bedding in the game. I don't know if you can use it in real life as bedding, but in the game you can. And Jamagri, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Saturday. We're just on the Brazilian map, and let's see if I can say this. Estância São. I probably totally mispronounced that, but yeah. So yeah, we're using the Nexat Pack and the Plains and Prairies Pack. So this is a Nexat machine, unusual looking machine, but works quite efficiently. There is a video on Laura Farm's channel of this being used in the States, the United States. I think they used it for, actually no, they used it for sowing. I don't know if I said sowing last time or not, but yeah, I remember now, they used it for sowing. But yeah, definitely a machine built for GPS. Yes, Ken, the palletizer does hay as well. You are quite correct there. So here, straw and hay, and then you can feed the hay into the cows directly, or the hay pellets, and they can eat it as hay pellets, or you can feed it, use it as part of a TMR mixture and create TMR with the straw pellets, the hay pellets, and silage. Looks like we're definitely going to get another load out of this. That's fantastic. As part of the pack, there's actually a factory building you can build that you can use to create pellets. So that's, yeah, pellet is that wooden piece that goes where the fork go for forklifts. And yeah, you can get quite a bit more money selling them when they've been packaged into pallets as well. So yeah, it's fun to watch the machine work. I've actually got a series that I did on Gold Crest Valley, which you can see that whole factory working if you want to check it out. Hey, Gaming with Just Joe, good morning, welcome in. Bright and early start for you on this Saturday morning. Hope you're well. Definitely a bit more soundproofing in the cab. Don't normally see Nexat machines in South American map. No, you probably don't, but there's probably no reason why it wouldn't be there. This could be a bit of a pain to get it delivered, I guess, by boat. Started around 2 AM, sadly. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Yeah, don't worry, my brain saw Nexat anyway. 2 AM start, that's far too early there, Just Joe. Hope everything's okay. So yeah, running under the pipe is usually a third person thing for me. I usually go first person for most things, but some things are just easier in third person. It's all right then, mate. That's good to hear. Yeah, so this is opened up as a multiplayer map, but like I say, do need the paid DLCs, Nexat and Plains and Prairies. So I'm guessing for some people that could be a big ask. But yeah, it was interesting watching Laura Farm's video on the Nexat and just seeing how they can control it from outside the cab with basically just an Xbox controller. So there is a corn header available for this as well, which should come in handy for our field of corn over there. All right, final pass, and then we'll find out how much soybeans we actually got. Definitely a very large header on that. I think it's 15 meters. Doesn't look so big out of here, but I tell you what, if you're standing in real life next to a 15-meter header, you know it's a big header. That's probably like 8 men laying down in front of it. So, yeah, it is quite big. Well, that's good. We had enough fuel, but I really should refuel this. 50 feet roughly, yeah. Longer than your house in length. Yeah. Now, you watched a video about the Case International factory in the US, so they've got 18-meter headers. Yeah, that's just huge, isn't it? You know, that's like 10, that's 10 people laying in front of it. Yeah, length of a semi-trailer. Yeah. So unfortunately, base game, there is no straw off of the soybeans. Yeah, I try to be neat when I harvest. Yeah, they use them on huge fields over here that are several hundred acres in size. Yeah. Yeah, some big fields over there. When the custom harvest companies come through the area following the crops. Yeah. It's cool to see the semi-trailers loaded with combines, headers, tractors, wagons. It would be. It would be. Well, let's see if we can do this first person. Yep, thanks to Giants, we did it third person. Now, we go into transport mode. We'll go outside so you can see what happens. The wheels basically turn around like that. And then you get the extra road transport wheels go down just to add a bit more footprint so that they don't damage the roads too much with the weight. Just wanting to fill it up with diesel, and this is a buy anything station, so I should be able to get some diesel. There we go. Done. Now I should buy a jet washer and wash everything down. And no, I'm not using the equipment damage mod, as you can see. And Wasdale time lapse. They start in the south and work all the way to Canada. Yeah, Gaming with Just Joe. Amazing setup, eh? There is a massive combining company in Australia called Bingham Agriculture. They run around 30 combines. Yeah, that's a lot of combines, eh? That's a lot of capital tied up. Ken, even though the Nexat is diesel, still sounds electric to me. Yeah, it's the hydraulic motors, I think. So you don't have a mechanical driven vehicle, you've got hydraulically driven vehicle. So that's probably what you're hearing is the hydraulic pump winding away. I should check on the animals, make sure that they've got enough food. Yeah, looks like it. Do they have any milk? No milk. Saying health is 0%. Not sure why it would be 0%. It shouldn't be. I've had food for over a month. Wonder if the map is slightly broken. I don't know. Just had an update too. Yeah, gaming with Just Joe. I'm pretty sure it is using hydraulic engines to drive the wheels. I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, cows have food. They're 0%, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm just a bad farmer. I'll have animal welfare coming to see me soon. Right, let's go over to here. Sometimes it's just too far to walk. What do we got here? 48, nearly 50,000. Well, I think we might have way more than I thought we'd have. It sounds like you need to call a vet to free up the cows. Yeah, might have to. Something they haven't incorporated in is a vet. You know, which is a common thing. You know, they're always getting TB tested or hooves coming in and getting fixed. Right, so what have we got in the way of crop now? So wheat. Okay, we've got 108,000 litres of soybeans. And with a top price of about 3,000, that's quite a bit. 133 litres of wheat. That's another 130, you know, probably about another maybe 200,000. Canola, another maybe 2,500 there. And straw pellets. Yeah, 65. So yeah, we should get about another 50,000 off of that. So yeah, should be good. So yeah, Just Joe, some of those mods that have been released recently are pretty good. Quite like the one where you've got to store your equipment in a shed, otherwise it will sustain damage if you leave it outside. Really gives you an incentive to build sheds. And that damage one isn't too bad. It's a good start. Right, so we got a Steiger as well, Case International. Instead of a red machine, it's a green machine. Yeah, so we've got a field over there with black beans, which is a crop I've never harvested before. So looking forward to that one. It might be next month. I was sort of thinking it would be this month, but didn't work out that way. Yeah, so quite a good mulcher this one, 12 meters, so fairly good size. Yeah, these are big machines in real life too. I think I saw a video, I think it was the case was being raced against the Versatile. I think it was a case that they were using, not the John Deere. And the case just had a little bit more power. It pulled away from the Versatile. But the Versatile was a good machine all the same, but the case just had the little bit of extra edge to it. Yeah, mulching is quite a easy job to do. Yeah, we might get an update this week to the Giants, 1.19. They said they've fixed some of the texture issues, so they've been plagued with texture issues basically since the release of the game, so would be good to get those fixed. And then I'm guessing we should have an announcement as to what the next DLC will be. Wonder what they're gonna break. Yeah. You're not wrong there. That's the first thing that crosses my mind. Okay, so what are you fixed and what are you going to break? Because they said that they'd fix the textures and they actually made it worse for me. Asphalt textures became really splotchy and patchworky. That's not a real word, I know, but you know what I mean. And yeah, it really did make it worse. Get your game to 100% and boom, an update. Yes. When they said they'd fix the painting, they messed it up. Circle is now a square. Yeah, it is difficult trying to paint. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was such a nice terraforming when 25 came out and they kept changing it. Now it's hard to make curves and smooth lines. Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's why I use the terraforming mod, because for painting and that sort of thing, because you can basically set it up and then you just drive. So if you're trying to paint a road down, it is just so much easier. And I don't know why Giants haven't done that. You know, why don't they have it that, you know, you could have something to paint with? Yeah, the blade or something like that. And you just paint with it. Did you see the dropper mod for finding textures? Yes, I did. I can see that coming in handy. Haven't actually used it yet, but I think it would be quite handy for some applications. I'm going to have to revisit that realistic shop mod. because when I was using it, I couldn't access the shop menu to check on the advanced maintenance mod, because you had to be in the shop before you could open the menu. So I didn't know that there was actually a settings key bind that lets you go into a settings menu. So I'm going to reload that mod and just see if we can turn off the fact that you have to be in the shop before you can open the shop menu. I'm guessing from their point of view it is more realistic. You go into the shop to buy a tractor, but yeah, you can also buy so much online now that I'm sure it's not hard, especially I'm guessing if you're on a good talking terms with the local shop, even a quick phone call to say, or email to say, look, I need this equipment, and they'd just make it happen. You'd have to be an extremely rich farmer that brought new equipment on a regular basis, but I'm sure there might be some farms out there. Trying to find the exact graphs will be nice. Yeah. Although sometimes you're limited by the map maker as to what you can use for texturing and that sort of thing. If I was to have a complaint against Whitcomb Park, which I don't, but if I was to have one, it would probably be the lack of textures that are available. But yeah, that's and plants, lack of plants. Now, something I do wish too is that Giants would be able to sort out the texturing in the mirrors. The mirrors are very, very low resolution in the textures, which is a bit disappointing. Yep, hate it when they do custom textures on the map but don't make them available to paint. Yeah. Not sure if I missed a bit there or not, but I'm just going to run over it again. Yeah, so I do have an episode of my Kinlay greenhouse to record. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it recorded tomorrow or not. If I can't, then I won't be able to release it on Monday like I normally do. So I do apologize in advance if I don't get that out. But yeah, see how things go tomorrow, whether we can have it recorded or not. One of the reasons why I do more live streams than recording, it's sort of like so much easier to do a live stream. You just fire it up and play the game. When you're actually doing a series, you have to record it and edit it, put it all together, and yeah, it does take a bit more time, and you spend less time playing. But it has been a fun series. Ouch. Looks like it's burning through about 180 litres of fuel an hour. That is thirsty. Yeah, just to give you guys an idea of what the edge of the map looks like on the road. So we're coming up to the boundary now between the playable map area and the map edge. And he's even, he's put fields in. The road carries on right through to the horizon. And he's even put buildings in and signs. And I can't even get to those signs, so I can't even see what the signs say. But yeah, it's just, he's really spent time on the edge of the map, and I think he should be, really congratulated for that. He's spent so much time, and it just makes the map feel so much bigger than what it really is. Hey, Gaming with Just Joe, you want to edit my landscape series for me while you're editing yours? No offense, Joe, but no, I don't. I hate editing mine, and yeah, I can see why. Yeah, so many people actually have their own editor do the job for them. It would be great, just Joe, just you just record and yeah, just yeah, send all the footage off to the editor and it becomes their problem. That would be nice. Only takes 2 hours. Yeah, only 2 hours. Yeah, for me, the cinematic time lapses take a bit of time because I've got to I try to keep them about 5 seconds a time. So yeah, it seems to be the ability for people to concentrate at the moment is 5 seconds before they get bored. So yeah, I try to do those shots at about 5 seconds a time. So I usually record about 7 or 8 seconds per shot and then have to trim, 2 or 3 seconds off. And when you've got, say, 1.5 to 2 minutes of cinematic shots, it's quite a few shots at 5 seconds each. One guy I know can do in 20 minutes what takes me an hour. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, editing is very time consuming. I guess it's easier if you've used the editor and are a real power user with it. But I'm still learning DaVinci. It's a great editor, very powerful editor, but yeah, it does take a little bit of getting used to. It is quite a big learning curve. The Farm Sim guy makes it look so easy, but he was a video editor, I believe. Yeah. He knows all the hotkeys and all that. Yeah, yeah. It makes life a lot easier. Now I just have to keep reminding myself that Brazil is actually in the southern hemisphere, so its summer and winter is totally different to the northern hemisphere. Even though it says March, we're not actually in spring. We're in autumn. Hey, no worries, Wasdale. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. That's good. We're down to about 40 litres per hour now, but we are going downhill. That's a big engine in front. Definitely a big engine. There we go, back up to about 140 litres per hour. Very thirsty. The thing with that Nexat, there is a cultivator with a slurry attacher, I think. I'll have to check on that one. Oh, looks like there's been an accident. Oh, what's happening over there? Looks like someone tried to pass when there wasn't enough space. And just a reminder, folks, if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do that as well. And if you think other people might want to hear me ramble on about map edges, feel free to share the video with them. Alright, I've got a bit of tricky maneuvering coming up here, so I might go into third person. Just makes it a little bit easier. I'm sure in real life, tractor drivers would love to have this view. Here we go, all done. Thought I'd missed something there. That's okay, we've got it now. Oh, look at that. 270, 280 litres per hour. That is a lot of fuel. And just get that little bit there. Definitely big fields on this map. Gonna get expensive, it will. Right, well this might be the first time I've done an outro actually sitting and driving in the tractor, but yeah, I might back away, it's a bit loud. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining. I think I'll call it a night there. It's been great to have you all here, and hope you've enjoyed it. And remember, this is a multiplayer. If you do have a Nexat Pack and a Plains and Prairies pack, you are more than welcome to join in. But I do know for some that is definitely a bit of a barrier. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. I just found a map that I can use them on, and just want to use them. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Do appreciate it, and yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Feel free to share this video with anyone that you like. And until next time, have a good day, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and whatever time you're watching this. And until the next one, bye.